Welcome to F9 TV. Forgive my weird background here because moving sucks and I'm lazy about putting things in place. But today, we're not talking about my country. We're talking about yours. I'm going to be ranking my top 5 favorite English kits of all time. Let's get to it. Welcome back to the channel. As always, I appreciate a little bit of your time out of your day spending it with me. That actually means a lot because time is precious. So that said, I'm not going to waste too much time of it on this intro, but I do just want to say that I am this close to being able to get monetized. I have the views, I have the videos, I just need subscribers. So if you can help me out a little bit, I would love that so much. Just hit the subscribe button. It's free. You don't ever have to look at another video again if you really just don't want to. But I mean, I would, love for you to. But either way, would mean a lot to me. And let's go ahead and get into what we are here to do today, which is rank English kits from my view. Let's go ahead and get into number 5. At number 5, we're taking it back to what, if I was looking at, I would imagine came from the 70s, but we just missed the 70s with this beautiful 1980 kit right here. I don't really know why this speaks to me so much, but it does. I like the V-neck. I like the colors. To me, this just screams a simpler time in the history of England. And I like the colors. I like how it's got the colors on the sleeves or the upper part of your chest here. I like the trim on the sleeves. I like that shade of. It almost looks like it has an off kind of white color to it, like almost like a design going down. I don't know if that's just the picture I'm looking at or not, but either way, I think this is a beautiful kit. This reminds me of something I would see on the Cheerios box back in the 70s. So maybe this is just nostalgia, even though I wasn't alive back then. But I think this is a pretty cool looking kit, and it comes in at number 5 on my list. At number 4, and forgive me a little bit here if I'm getting a little bit of my facts wrong. I'm not English. I have no connection to England other than, my favorite football team being from there. My grandparents are from North Ireland. So, in terms of when the players played for the national team, I know him at least a ballpark idea, but I don't know if he was still on the club then. But we're going to go back to 2004 with this long sleeve kit right here, which I believe was their home kit that year. And when I see this kit, I automatically think of David Beckham. And in fact, if I could find a David Beckham of this kit, I'm going to put it on right up there. But when I see this, I think of David Beckham. I don't really know why, but I think of his 1999 free kick. I don't know. This just screams glory days for England for me, and it screams the names that I grew up on. I knew, I knew Beckham, Rooney, Gerrard, Lampard. Like when I see this kit, I just think of all those legendary players that I caught the tail end of. And speaking of nostalgia, like the last one, this one actually brings back nostalgia for me. Even though I wasn't necessarily watching England play at the time, I was watching a very good US team. Believe it or not, we actually were good at that point. And but yeah, I don't necessarily love the sleeves on the kit, but I love what I think of when I see this kit, if that makes sense. And I do like the collar. Big fan of collared kits. So I guess let's go ahead and move on to number 3. So if you thought I was bringing it back old school with the first pick, we're really bringing it back old school with this one. At number 3 on my top 5 favorite kits of England, this one, which goes back to 1924. I am a sucker for history like any other man in his 30s, I guess. I think once we hit 30, we start only caring about history in the Roman Empire and all that good stuff. But I see history when I see this kit. I think of, when the last kit I thought of glory times. When I see this kit, I think of hard times. And 1924, when I think of this, it would be, believe it or not, back then, there weren't a lot of rivalries. I guess I should say back then and leading up to these years, rivalries didn't really matter, because us Americans and you guys, we were brothers. We were going to save our not so strong brother, France, a couple of years that, a couple of decades after this, right? So when I think of this, I think of history, and I actually do think it's a cool looking kit. Um, I know it's a little, obviously it's dated, but it's just beautiful. That's all I can say. It's beautiful. It's Yeah. This just speaks for itself. So let's go on to number two. Now, number two on my list, I actually don't remember this kit being used, and I do see that it says it was a special kit, so maybe it was only used a handful of times or once. Let me know in the comments. But it's going to be this 2010 kit right here, and the reason I like it is because sometimes less is more, and I think there are some international teams that can be loud. When I think of loud, I think of a lot of uh, Caribbean countries like Jamaica that have unique national colors. By all means, be loud. But to me, this is what an English kit that's going to have a collar should look like. And I think it's beautiful. I love that it doesn't do too much. In fact, sorry for zooming in here. I see the date 2009 on it. From what I see, it's a 2010 kit, but maybe it was a 2009 kit. Maybe I'm dating this kit. But love the crest on the I guess that would be what, the left pec. Love the crest there because I'm not the biggest fan of when they're in the middle. And the kit manufacturer on the other end, it's not too loud to me, and it's actually fits right in with the red, white, and blue there. Um, I would genuinely wear this right now. That's how much I like it. So let's get in to my number one. So number one, in terms of if you take out all the colors, it's going to look a lot like my number two. But to me, this one is just beautiful. From what I can read about it, because I actually don't really remember this one either. It was from 2013 and it was the away kit. It's got the St. George cross on both sides, which I think is pretty cool as well. But you're going to be seeing it on the screen right now. It is all red except for the English crest, which is white and like a gold looking color. So that had to mean something. Now, again, forgive me, American. I don't know why it's gold. I do read that it's a special kit. I don't know what the special meaning behind the kit was, but I absolutely love this kit. To me, this is just gorgeous. The Nike stripe. I'm not the biggest fan of Nike, but I do like the way the stripe looks on this kit too. And the gold is just chef's kiss to it. But yeah, there's my number one. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching this. And don't be too hard on me in the comments. Remember, I'm not English. I'm American. If you couldn't tell by my accent, just I just wanted to make that clear. But educate me on these kits. Do you like what I picked? Do you hate what I picked? What was my biggest snub? And I'll look it up and see what what I thought of it. Actually, yeah. Make sure you leave me what you think is my should have been on my list, and I'm going to look it up and I'm going to give you a rating. But that said, thanks for watching, and whatever you're wanting to come true this week, I hope it does, and be safe, guys.